Hi, I'm Cris, also known as Ekstrand 6581. On demand, I have been asked to make another more specific tape restoration video and what to keep in mind, so to say, about different processes and general things about errors. And today I had the luck to came across three different tapes. These to be more specific. They contain the most three common errors when it comes to tapes. Also, a little side note, if we're having some noises in the background, it's because my fucking neighbor is having a fucking seizure and he's a fucking retard today. So, aside from that, let's just take it calm. Alright, so the first tape, I'm gonna take a look at this. Here we can see that the tape mass is off. It's completely off here. And it has to do with a lot of things, I can tell you. But the most common typical thing is that inside here, you have a little piece of plastic that is around this little wheel, so to say. And when it's getting, rewinded and play during the years, that is okay. But if it stops and put on rest for like 20, 30 years, then it becomes really fragile. And then when you're starting to move this, it will snap off. The actual tape mass will snap off from the plastic. And that's a perfect normal reaction. Because the tape mass has a different composition, so to say. It contains more rubber or magnetic, stuff that will hold the magnetics, the signal, so to say. And the plastic thing has nothing on that. So we're gonna take a look at that tape, of course. Just gonna put it aside. And then we have this one. This one contains a very common error. If we are looking beneath the tape mass, we can see this little white filth thing. And that little white thing is meant to be pushing the band mass, because under here, you can see you have a little springy thingy here, a little piece of metal that will bounce up. And if we're having like the tape mass against that little metal thing, well, it will get scratched over time. That's why this little filth thing comes in play, so to say. And the only purpose this piece of filth is doing is to make sure that the tape mass here having good, that it gets the support to be pushed against the reading head. Not too much, not too little, but just perfect. And this is an easy fix. It can be fixed in different ways, which we are gonna come back to. Then we have the trickiest one of them all. That is also why I decided to make this video in the first place. At the first place, this tape here, if we're trying to move it, you can hear it. You can't hear it, but you can't move it. It doesn't matter how much I want. It's stuck. And if I'm inspecting the mass, the actual tape mass here, I see nothing weird. But what I suspect in this case is that we're gonna take a look at the tape, but under here you have a little wheel, or two wheels actually, and they are kind of supporting wheels, because when you have this wheel here, the spool, so to say, and it's and it starts to rotate, and you have a little curve here. You don't want to have it's kind of like the same thing as with this, the filter. You don't want to have a sharp edge near the sensitive tape mass, because if you're rewinding, playing the tape, it will wear down in a fraction, and it will just break off. So therefore, there are some wheels here, and they can get stuck, or the tape mass can get stuck against the wheel, And that is also perfectly normal, because you get a chemistry or a chemical reaction with the plastic and the tape mass, and it gets stuck. But we can fix this. We can fix this. And I'm gonna show you, since we have this beautiful tape here, or cassette, I'm gonna show you what I mean. So I'm just gonna start here and opening it up. It usually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 screws in the corner, of course. I'm gonna try and do it as good as possible. Not to sound like that guy, but still I have to be that guy. I think I opened up, well, over 1,000 tapes by now. So yeah, it is what it is. But that has to do with, yeah, the way I'm preserving things. I don't just stop when people say, or users say, oh, it can't be fixed. Oh well, we'll see, we'll see. Of course there are cases that just won't work, but most of the time I can get it worked. I can get it working. Now. Oh, it's a good thing if I... What did I just say? How many tapes did I open? It's so funny. Yeah, no wonder it was so hard to get. All right. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna try and zoom in here a little bit, so we get like the full beauty of this. So here also we have a bit of a protection layer that protects the bandmass. This is the bandmass I'm talking about. It protects it from getting to the plastic here. And we can see that, yep, this one is kind of dirty. So these were the wheels I was speaking about. And by inspecting here, I can see that it is not as bad as I thought it would be. What I'm trying first is to actually jig this around a little bit. Good. So it means that there are no reaction between the actual tape mass here and that little plastic thing there. Good. And here I can actually see that this one is, that one is stuck. The tape mass has, like I said, it has been a chemical reaction here. So that one, I can really see that the band mass is stuck to that wheel. And that's a problem, because if you're not careful, you do the old pencil trick. You put in a pencil here, crack, you give it a good crank, snap, the tape will break. And if it breaks here, in the middle of it, so to say, the chances to recover are less. Yep, that's it, because now you're probably in the middle of data. No problems, no issues. Been there, done that. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm doing this really careful. Yeah? Oh no, it moves. All right, so there we have, yep. Ooh, cool. So, now, how to make that side work? We have two options. We can either go with some old trusty IPA, isopropanol alcohol. That works in most of the cases. And believe it or not, but we can also go with some silicone grease. No problems, trust me. I don't mean to soak the whole tape, the whole band mass, squeezing up like you're doing on another evening. Or we can use the electronic cleaner. And there's no problems, but because, like I said, we're not here to soak this up. So I'm just gonna do it really careful. Give it a little squeeze. Oh, yeah. Squeeze was the word. Oh, hell yeah. Pardon my French. And now we're gonna see if that little, and I mean a little trick, did that do the trick? I'm just gonna hold the tape here. because we don't want to rip anything. And now I'm gonna see. Bloody hell, it worked. Would you look at that? Huh. It has freedom now, and it's totally free from that little spool. I mean, that was a quick fix. Sometimes it can take ages for this to work. All right, we're gonna see if we can actually rotate here. Can you see that? Carefully, carefully. Careful, careful, so we don't rip it. Now we have, oh, I can even see on the tape that it has a little indent, so to say. But now we can rotate and it works. All right, but there are some other, I mean, if we pretend that this didn't go the way we wanted it to go, what you can do then is carefully lift up the band mass. Oh, by the way, I'm really careful about this tape because it's not preserved yet, so I don't want to risk damaging anything on this tape. But what we can do then is we can grab ourselves a little cotton pad like that, and we can lift up the whole tape, the whole band mass, and with that wheel, and put it there on the cotton pad. Then we can go a little bit deeper with either the electronic cleaner or the IPA stuff. We can do that and just take a little, you know, cotton, that little Q-tip, and carefully massage. Yeah, that's what you're doing. Massage here and be really gentle. Be really gentle. Gentle is the key word. And trust me, I have heard so many things about this is the way you can fix this. One guy, he told me that you can totally drain this in acetone and it will work. Yeah, absolutely, it will work. It will work to damage your tape. Never use acetone on plastic in general. Not sure which landscape he came from, but that's a terrible idea. Oh, it's a good idea if you want to damage your tape forever. Another one told me that you can take like a little lighter or something like that, something like this, and you just put it on fire, boom, and you try to melt it. Well, it could work, but it could also damage your tape because, you know, plastic doesn't like the heat so much. So that's a no-no as well. And yeah. See what I mean? I'm starting to cough here because it's so ridiculous. Stupidity is the most beautiful thing in the whole universe. In the universe. Stupidity is the beauty of the universe. Yeah. But don't do that. Think with your brain before acting, and don't take don't just read one research and, oh, that's the only way to go, and you buy like 15,000 bottles of acetone and you're gonna clean your tapes. Don't do that. Do it the proper way. Do it my way. It will work. And this works. Trust me. Like we just see. And I just put out a little squeak, so to say. We can hear the electronic cleaner squeezed. Like, I can't reproduce that noise, but still it did, and it did magic. So I'm happy. I'm gonna screw this tape together, and I'm just gonna lift this little protection thing on here again, like so. Beautiful. I just noticed that when I was trying to opening this this cassette, I noticed that there are no screws, and I could easily just, you know, pry it up, so to say, because I can see that you can do that. Yeah, it's a snap-on thing, yeah. But we can also make it really, really easier. If we take it from the beginning, okay? I have actually already removed the white felt there. And keep in mind here too, this is the felt side, and that's the where you have like the stick on the rubber side, or whatever you will call that side. I don't know. dear name has different names, or how the saying is going. Anyhow, so what I just do, and also these plier tweezers, I mean, keep in mind to have them non-magnetic, because it would be rather stupid. Remember that stupid universe I was speaking about? Yep, still goes here. To kind of magnetize the tape. So careful again. It might look a little bit rude, but it's not rude. So just kind of take it up like that. Yeah. And then I go for like a glue stick, and I make sure to have it the right way. Yeah, why make it easy when you can make it hard? And stir the grip, and I just gentle, as always. Applying just a soft amount of glue onto this rubber side. And then I can clearly see where it's gonna go. I hope you can see what I see. So we just make sure, put it right there. To be quite honest, it doesn't really matter how exact you put it on spot. It doesn't have to be spot on, so to say, but still, more or less. Then you take, like, I have this, I don't know this is, some kind of gardening tool. It doesn't matter, but we're gonna go through the tools pretty soon. And just push it down. Push. Oops, I pushed it very non-gentle, but it's okay. Like I said, the only thing you also have to watch out for is don't put any glue on the top side, so to say. And now we're just gonna leave this tape, put it aside, so to say, and let it dry. Meanwhile, we're gonna go back to the broken one, so to say. There we go. So we can see that we're having a bit of an issue here. And also, this is just a pro tip. Remember which side you're putting this on, because if you're putting it the way around, then the signal will go backwards. But it depends also on how you how you preserve the tape, so to say. If you're noticing that, yeah, okay, I made a boo-boo and it's getting reversed, then you can just reverse the signal in your audio tool or recording kit. And here we can actually see what I'm talking about, what I was speaking. Oh, yeah, see that? No wonder that this has broken off, because I can clearly see here. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a little white thing there, and that indicates that it has been basically ripped off. And I could also, not just hear, but I can feel actually that there are some white stuff there, and I don't want that. So I'm just gonna, yeah, there is some white stuff there. Now, remember the pads I was talking about? So I'm just gonna use some IPA here. Oh, little. That was a handful. Friday. Okay, so I'm just gonna, go careful here again. Oh, my holy Christmas tree. Oh, sorry, my arms were just gonna rub it off until there is no stickiness left here. And the top is okay. That's what we like. That is what we like. And also here we can see that, but it is what it is. But here we can also see that this is kind of a good quality. Or not good quality, it's all right. Strong. And here we have the PID and the hole, and here we have like a U shape and the PID. So this is always facing downwards. For you suffering from OCD, I don't know. So this and this. And here, if we're looking at the tape, you can see that it has been ripped off. Totally ripped off. So, so this is an easy fix in a way. I'm just gonna, oh, it's a good thing if we can see what I'm doing. So what we want to do here is actually do the following thing. We're gonna simulate that this is how we want it to be. Okay, and we're gonna use some tape. Remember to don't go for the cheapest stuff. Yeah, at least that is my experience. And just use a little tiny bit of tape, like so. That's too much, to be quite honest. But we can, yeah, it's a bit dirty, but we can fix this by using a little cutter. This is a surgical knife and it's super sharp. And this kind of set, it has some weight to it, and it wasn't cheap at all. It was super expensive, but I'd rather spend some money on something that I know at least it oozed more quality. So we're gonna go here, just gonna see if we can get this right. We probably just need like that much. And showing you the whole process. And now I can just lean the weight there and spread it out and just cut it off. There we go. And again, just do it like so. And now don't. See, that's all she wrote almost. And just cut this one out. There we go. I'm pretty pleased. Yeah, yes I am. That's all we need. And we're gonna do it like this. I'm gonna take a bit tape and I'm gonna take that. And now we are, oh yeah, now we can see. And now I'm just gonna, I wanted to have it on the other side actually. Okay, it doesn't matter. And now I can just put it on like so. Now we have fixed, so to say, the tape. Now it has freedom to move. And remember now, when we have done this, don't rewind the tape so hard, or actually try and read it once and don't rewind it with a motor. Rewind it with something like this, the old, rotating thing, because if you are rewinding it too hard, so to say, bobs your ankle and you ankle you will snap it off actually. Jesus, what's wrong with my speech ability today? It seems to be probably because I've been yelling at someone who makes a lot of noise in the background. And I keep going back to that, don't I? But anyhow, let's do this. So I'm just gonna put it back. That's it. Yeah, ta-da, it's working now. Yeah, of course I got it working. And we can see that it runs good, smooth, and good. So this was kind of like the thing I told you about. So just put it in there and just go careful. Rotating it very, very gentle, so it doesn't rip off the spool again. Now to stop, so you don't do it more than you have to. All right, so what's now? We have one time, there's one tape left that we need to check on. This one that had like this little thing that is now glued back. It doesn't move an inch. So now we can just push it like that, and like I said, now we can clearly see what I was speaking about. Now we can see that the filth here is pushing up the tape mass, so it will get even distributed, I'm saying, against the reading head. So if this would have been like the reading head, it can read gentle and yeah, it doesn't wobble, so to say. So this is kind of like, that's also why you have the metal here, so it can kind of bounce a little bit. It's like a little spring, so to say. So it gives like a steady reading, so the tape mass doesn't wobble against the head, because if it wobbles, yep, you can expect problems. So yeah, with this said and done, I think we are having good results. We are gonna read them back. I do that off camera because that wasn't the purpose about the tutorial, about this show and tell, whatever you might say. Okay, we're gonna zoom up a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you a bit more about the tools that I'm using. Okay, so what's good to have is a pair of good, let's do it the proper way. A good set of tweezers is always nice to have. These are really sturdy. They are also ESD, but one is angled, so you can kind of work a little bit more like that, and one, and the other one is like so. And if you want, you can do it like together, like so. See what I mean? And also use like a nice sharp scalpel, executor, what do you call it? And now a surgical knife, I say, so you can have straight cuts and don't worry about it will fail you down. Also a nice screwdriver that has a quality tip, so to say. That is nice to have. And sometimes you need a little pointer, whatever. And also you can need this. Oh, what's that? Well, the thing is that if you're cleaning, I can show you on one of the, let's see, this one, we can rewind. I won't show it, but I can tell you. If you're having some issues and you see that the tape is really dirty, that the tape mass actually, what you can do is then take the tweezer, like I did, take it out a little bit like so, and you can put it around here, so you get like the tape mass goes around here. Then you can use like something to clean it with. Gentle, of course, super gentle, but that is extreme cases, and trust me, this is a 90-minute tape, and trust me, yeah, it takes good amount of time to do that cleaning. But yeah, another pro tip. But anyhow, and like I said, you also need sharp scissors, nice, some Sharpies if you want to make notes. Today we didn't make any notes. Kind of unusual me. And you need glue, some kind of glue. This is a pretty cheap actually glue stick, but it works. It does its work. And like I said, you need a contact cleaner if you want to lubricate up the tape or the spool, so to say. And silicone grease if you really want. And also this one is made for plastic and rubber, so you need to have the silicone grease and not the other kind for metal and stuff like that. And also you need some IPA. So, and of course you need the tape as well. Good high quality tape that won't fail you. And most important of all, you need good patience. And always make notes of what you have done and what you should have perhaps prepared yourself for. And if there is something that, oh, I don't know how to do this, just break the process. Take a walk around the house, around the block, whatever. Take a little mindset. Try to, I usually, my ground, fundamental thought that I always have with me is not to defeat the problem. I want to get friends. I want to know the problem. Then I can find a few methods to use to kind of work with the problem. So I don't want to solve, I want to solve the problem, of course, but it's more like the more I know about the problem, like in this case, okay, I know that this little spool was causing the issue, then I don't have to spend extra time, you know, thinking, oh, it must be my cassette deck, my data set is not working. Ooh, spend like, you know, hours, perhaps another, yeah, gazillion of money to fix the motor, but that wasn't the problem. Or you will cause even more damage, you know, you go hardcore and just, I want to have this goddamn tape working. Or in this case, when you have this little, the field didn't work, and you just do readings and readings and readings, and you spend like, what is this? This was like a 10 minutes tape, and you spend like hours to get something out of this, and you won't be able to do that because the field was the problem. And you know, you've been trying to to realign the head and everything, but you don't get a good result, and you start to think that, oh, it must be my hardware, or this one, when the tape was off, and you're starting to do all crazy things, and you don't know what to do, and you just keep doing more damage to the tapes. So these were kind of the 3 most common things, errors, so to say. And yeah, I hope this has been some kind of useful for you. And yeah, if you want to know more, if you have like comments, you have some kind of thoughts about, hey, why didn't you do more of this? Why didn't you put more effort? Oh, not effort, but what if I missed something, or if there's some, yeah, this just, you know, opened up like, I want to know more. Please let me know in the comments. And as always, you know, 2023, smash that like button, crush it, spank it, do whatever you want with it. It just helps this channel to grow even more. And as it is now, with this platform's algorithms and stuff like that, yeah, you know, do the right thing. I'm not here to talk about that, but you know, just subscribe. And yeah, I usually don't say that, but yeah, it helps. We are a small community when it comes to this very anal specific topics about preservation, but still it's a very, very important task we're doing. And trust me, I can almost bet money that on these tricky tapes I will find something that hasn't been preserved. I dare you to say that. I dare you. Yeah, so that's it. And I have a few more. I think I have like 200 tapes to go through. These were just like a little from all the tapes that were errors, and I just expect more things to come. So wrap it up again. I hope this was helpful for you. It is always fun for me to make it. For me it was very fun to share this, because yeah, like I said, these tapes are not preserved yet, so I am very, very curious to go and preserve them, to know what's on them and save it for the future generation. And just a little side note about preservation before we stop. I could go on easily for like 5 hours more. That is also like, for me, preservation is not just like mass produce, mass preserve, you know, have it automatically done. Even though sometimes it feels like that, but it's not about that. For me, it's also like to preserve the data for the future generation, because yeah, one day or another day or whatever year, you know, you gotta take over. The next generation is gonna take over, and I want to preserve the works that's been done during like these 30, 40 years. So each find we make in this community is so much more worth than you can possibly imagine. And that is also why it is so worth for me to spend time doing it the way I'm doing it. And trust me, I won't stop. So yeah, I hope to see you in another one, and thanks for watching, and stay safe, stay creative, and do more work without wearing yourself out. Goodbye for now.